Any advice for a young lawyer getting their first job? You've been through law school. They told you this is how the world works, but you get in a law firm and now you're dealing with the day-to-day grind,
Yeah.
potentially billable hours, client servicing. Like, any advice for young attorneys going into their first job?
I would say two things. The first is forget everything you learned in law school because you didn't learn anything. What you learned was a way of thinking. You think about things differently because you've endured 3 years of law school. Treasure that, not necessarily the information that you learned. So I'll start there. Um, when you actually are, say, in private practice specifically, if a lawyer chooses to do so, right? Because they could actually become an assistant district attorney, a public defender. There are other routes that a new attorney could go. But if you are working one-on-one with clients, sales is going to be a valuable skill. And no, I don't mean the sales of the car salesman trying to sell you up to the more expensive car on the lot. What I mean by sales is we can only serve our clients if the client retains our services. And so you essentially, in use of sales, have to convince the client that you are valuable enough to pay the rates of attorneys. And the secret's out, attorneys are not cheap. So you really want to find someone who, as a client, want to find someone who you work well with, who you trust. And from the attorney side, that means you got to sell yourself. Just because you have the law degree doesn't mean anything to the client. But can you relate to the client? Do you have empathy for their situation, especially in family law? Do you want to prioritize their needs? And their needs may not be the knowledge of how to get a divorce in North Carolina. Their needs may just be, I want to be safe. I want to know I have money to pay my bills. I want to know I have a house to cover my head, but also my child's head. And if as a new attorney you understand more of the people skills and the sales skills, that'll make you a better attorney for the clients you serve.
And I never thought about that. The ability to bring in revenue to the firm is sometimes a reflection of your ability to service a client.
Yes.
That's humongous.